Okay, so this is what we're going to check tomorrow, be part of your homework check tomorrow. The first two sections here is review. We did this on, I believe it was Thursday before the break. Degrees to radians, multiply by pi over 180. If I'm going from radians to degrees, we multiply by 180 over pi. So here they want you to give express the answer in two forms. In terms of pi, means you leave pi. You see the pi in the answer. Then it says round to the nearest hundredths. This is when we're going to actually multiply by pi. That's what it's kind of show you right there. And then we're going to have two decimal places. So basically, I just kind of did 40 degrees times pi over 180, and then got 45 over 180, simplified that. That gives me 1/4 pi. And to get to my answer for the decimal, you're literally going to have to take the 1/4, or 1 divided by 4, and then you're going to multiply that by pi. And then we're going to round to the nearest hundred. So that's two decimal places. So literally just multiply it and get the decimal. And if you don't have a calculator that has pi symbol, go ahead and do 3.14. I'll try to have both answers on there just in case you don't have access to pi. And so that's the first section. This is, like I said, a review. The second section is converting from radians to degrees. So they give you the radians. So you take that radians, you multiply by 180 over pi. The pi should cancel out, especially if your answer is in terms of pi. And then you should be left with the degree measurement. So here, they give you 4 radians. So this one answer basically has the pi been multiplied into the answer. You're still going to do the same thing, 4 times 180 over pi. Basically, when you do that, you're going to take 4 times 180. I don't know if y'all can see that. And then we get an answer, and then we're going to divide it by pi. And then we're going to round to the nearest hundredths. So, or it's degrees, so that's whole number. So this is why it's 229. Okay, so that was review. The next section is new. It was the last part of the section of our notes on that Thursday and Wednesday. So we're going to find the central angle. That's our theta. This is the formula you can use only if your angle is in radians. So S represents the arc length. R is your radius of your circle, and theta is your central angle and measure in radians. Okay, so they want us to find actually the central angle. So we're going to work backwards. So this is the formula we're going to use here. Theta is going to be this arc length divided by R, the radius. So on this example here, on 15, this 6 pi right here, this is representing the actual arc length. That's your S. And then if you look right here, our 12, that's our radius. So all they want us to do to find our theta is just literally plug it in. We're going to do 6 pi divided by 12. And then we're going to reduce that. So theta in terms of radians is 1/2 pi. Or you could say pi over 2. Either one is correct. I'll accept. So that's all we're doing here. It's just, and so even though, okay, it's in feet, the units are the same. Okay, it's in feet. So nothing's going to change here. This is still the radius, and then the 11 feet is still the S. So you're still going to do S over R and give me your answer, okay? And it'll be your answer in radians, because that's the angle we're trying to come up with. Now, when we get to the bottom half, this is the half when they want us to actually find the arc length. So it says find the length of the arc, okay? And we're going to round to the nearest 10. So now we're actually using the formula, which the formula says the arc length is the radius times theta. Theta has to be, to use that formula, it has to be in terms of radians, and all your angles that you are given on this section is in terms of radians. So we're just plugging it in. So understand, on 18, this curve right here is the theta, and then our 4 is our radius. So we're now, to get to our arc length, we're going to plug in the parts. And I kind of switched things around, but plug the parts into the formula. So S would be basically theta, which is 7/8 pi and then we're going to do times 4. And then we're just going to simplify that. Because they want us to have that answer to the nearest tenth, this is when we're going to have to actually multiply using pi. So when you can do it several different ways. Oops. But I'm going to do 7/8 pi. There it is right there. And then if you multiply by your radius, which is our 4, there is our decimal, and we're going to round to the nearest tenth. Well, it's 10.9956. That ends up being 11. So our answer for our circumference, for our arc length is 11 here. And we're doing this for every single one of them. So understand that this arrow that they're showing here, that is the theta. That's showing the measure of the angle in terms of theta. And then you have your radius. M is the arc length in this example. So basically, to get my M, I'm going to do 2/3 pi times 19 and actually get a decimal answer. Okay? So that's that section. So I'm going to do a different playlist for what's on the back, which is some application and word problems. I hope this helps to get you through. I'll put, maybe when I scan this to add this on there, I'll put a couple answers just to help y'all out. Check to see if you're on the right track. All right, thanks.